So we've got a bit of a Halloween Kills update. This one specifically pertaining to Lonnie Elam, aka being portrayed by, of course, Robert Longstreet in the upcoming Halloween Kills film. We've got a bit of a quote here from him. Two quotes that I want to talk about. One that kind of breaks down his character and what we can expect to see from him and his character, but also about the film in general. So the first quote is, Lonnie is a complicated, troubled guy who is haunted by his past. Particularly chickening out into going into Michael Myers' house when he was a kid. I think this broke something in him that fucks with his manhood. The Elam family is very unorthodox. They love drugs and alcohol more than most. Let's see here. He also says Lonnie knows his wines. I don't think he's a very appropriate father, but I do love my son. So, from what I'm hearing here, it kind of goes with what my perception is about what I think they're going to be doing with Lonnie Elam in this one. We met Cameron in the last one. We kind of heard some backstory about, what him doing some peyote and tripping balls. I think that was the quote. So, yeah, I kind of felt like this was the route they would be going with this character. As we know, there are some flashback scenes where it looks as if Lonnie Elam had a little bit more of a run-in with Michael Myers than we were shown in the original 1978. So it's going to be cool to be able to not just, here's another character from the original we're just going to lump into the film. He's actually going to be given some depth, some backstory, some emotions, some reason for his actions and why he does what he does in the film. So I'm very excited about that. I love character development. I'm one of those guys who enjoys a week on The Walking Dead when not much action happens, but we get a lot of character development. I love that kind of stuff because how can you care if these characters are offed one by one if you don't know them, if you don't build a relationship with them almost and kind of care about them in a way? So I'm all for that. Now, the second quote down here is about the movie in general, Halloween Kills, and it's just a quick quote here, but it kind of fires me up and gets me ready to see this film. Robert Longstreet says, I don't think I can say anything about Halloween Kills except it might be the nastiest of them all. It has some terrifying scenes in it. That's what I'm looking for from this one. I think, looking at it as a Blumhouse trilogy, of course, acknowledging the original John Carpenter classic, the first one's reestablishing the story. It's nostalgia. It's catching us up. It's, something familiar but different. I think the second one needs to be balls to the walls bloodbath. I think Michael needs to win out for the day. And I think the third one needs to be more about concluding the story and setting things the way they need to be to end the Michael Myers, Laurie Strode story for good. And not that I don't think that they're going to be releasing some other Halloween films, especially if these two sequels do anything like the 2018 film did. But I think, in my mind, that's the way I'd like to see this go down. So I'm super excited to hear that news. It goes right along with what I'm thinking and what I kind of expect from this Blumhouse Halloween trilogy. So, once again, very excited. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you like horror, that's pretty much all I talk about here. So subscribe, ring that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I go live or upload. Also, drop a comment down below letting me know what you think about today's story. And definitely check out the description section with links to follow me on social media or support my work on Patreon.